Hello and welcome to Tim's Take. I'm Tim, and this is my take on the Oscars. This is just going to be a chance to go over all of the different awards that are going to be given out, and who's nominated, who's going to win, or at least who I think is going to win. And maybe afterward we'll make another video talking about who did win and how many I got right and all of that fun stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through the majority of them. There's a lot of things that most people don't really care that much about. And also there's a lot that I have no clue, and I'm just picking random things. So we're going to go ahead and go through those really quickly, and then we'll get to the big ones at the end. So the first one we're going to look at is costume design. I think Phantom Thread's going to win this because the costumes in the movie are very, very important to what the movie's about and what's going on in it. And I haven't seen the movie, but from what I hear, they had that on point. So I think they're going to go ahead and take that one. So for makeup and hairstyling, there's only 3 nominees, and I think The Darkest Hour is probably going to win for the facial work on Gary Oldman's face. He's got that big old chin prosthetic, and it did look pretty good, I thought. And they're probably going to give it to them for that. For cinematography, we have a few options. I haven't seen Blade Runner or Mudbound. Dunkirk, I think, really could take it, but I think it's probably going to go to Blade Runner. And it's my understanding Roger Deakins, the cinematographer for that film, has not won yet, but has put in lots of good work, and a lot of times they like to reward somebody for several things, even though they're only technically nominated for the one. I think it's going to go to them either way. Foreign language film, I have no idea. I have not seen any foreign language films, and based on my research, the one that should win is not even nominated, so I'm picking one with limited ideas. I'm going to go with A Fantastic Woman. I think just more people have heard of that one than the rest of them, so I think they're going to win that one. For short subject documentary, this is another one. I haven't seen any of them, but it seems like Edith and Eddie is probably the one that has the best chance. I think a lot of people know about that one. As far as the people who are voting, I think more of them know what that is than the rest of them. For documentary feature, there's not really much I know about these options. I feel like there's a chance that Abacus Small Enough to Jail could come into it, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Icarus. I just think there's a few more people that have heard about this one than the others. So Icarus is my choice for documentary feature. For production design, I'm going with The Shape of Water. All the signs are pointing that way. It seems to be what everybody in that area is talking about for what they did with the production design. I'm going to go with Shape of Water to win that one. Animated short, I don't know about this one. It sounds like Revolting Rhymes is very good. There's a lot of people talking about Kobe Bryant's Dear Basketball. There's a chance that one could win. I would say that's got a good shot of upsetting, but in my opinion, I think Lou's probably going to win because Disney. Live action short film, I haven't seen any of these, but it seems like the one that more people know about is DeKalb Elementary. I think that's the one that's going to go ahead and take this one. For visual effects, this is one that I really think could go any way. I think they all have just as good a chance as each other, but I think they may go with War for the Planet of the Apes because I don't believe the other 2 Planet of the Apes movies were recipients of any other awards, and I think they may just go ahead and give that as kind of the honorary Oscar in the sense that they're putting all 3 movies together and recognizing them for that with this opportunity. So I think it's going to go to War for the Planet of the Apes. For original score, I think there's a pretty good chance that Hans Zimmer could take this one. John Williams is always a front runner in anything. I really enjoyed the music in 3 Billboards. I haven't seen Phantom Thread, but I'm sure they're all great. But it seems like Alexandre Desplat, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but maybe that's correct. I think he's going to take that for The Shape of Water. For original song, I didn't do a lot of research on this one for what seems to have all of the buzz, but just after seeing it and hearing some other people talk about it, I kind of just feel like This Is Me is going to take it from The Greatest Showman. It just kind of seems like it's right in their wheelhouse for the Oscars to be going for. I think it's going to take it. For sound mixing, I personally would like Baby Driver just because I love Baby Driver. It's possibly my favorite movie of 2017. It's definitely up there. But there's no denying what Dunkirk did with its sound and its music and everything that way. Dunkirk won all of the awards for the industry awards specific to sound design and editing and all of that. I think they're pretty well going to take this one, no doubt. Similarly, with sound editing, we have Baby Driver, Dunkirk, same nominees with Blade Runner, Shape of Water, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi back there. But again, I would like Baby Driver to win this. I think Baby Driver has a better chance of winning this than Sound Mixing, but I think this will probably go to Dunkirk as well. Film editing is one that I'm fairly certain it's probably going to go to Dunkirk, and it really could go to any one of them. I have seen all of the nominees: Baby Driver, Dunkirk, Three Billboards, Shape of Water, except for I, Tonya, which is the last one. I'm sure that they all have a really good shot at that. I feel like Dunkirk's probably going to take it because of the fact that it's out of order. It's not done in the normal way as far as being sequential and chronological and all of that. But I think Baby Driver is just a huge achievement in editing. I would have probably nominated it for directing as well. I understand Best Picture and all that. Yes, I love Baby Driver. You can tell I'm a big fan. But it has to win film editing, and it actually did win the British award, the BAFTA, for editing, which is awesome. So I think that might give it a little bit of a chance, even though all of the American editing awards went to Dunkirk pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and take my biggest risk on this one and say Baby Driver, because I really want Baby Driver to win. So we're going to slow down a little bit on the rest of these. We're kind of getting to the thick of it, getting to the ones that people would consider more important. So the first one is adapted screenplay. I find really interesting. I'm not sure where they're all from. I know Calling Me by Your Name is from a book. Disaster Artist is based on a book based on experiences that happened during the filming of The Room. And I haven't gotten a chance to see that yet. I don't think it ever came to our theaters here. But it kind of seems like there's a little stigma around the Disaster Artist, and they're kind of ignoring it right now. James Franco probably would have had a decent chance at the actor nomination, but in light of other things that have come out, I think everybody's trying to kind of push them away. There's a chance because it wasn't him, I don't believe, who wrote the screenplay. It could get it, but I don't think it will. I think Logan was a really interesting way of adapting comic books and comic book series into the movie, and it turned out to be a really great movie. Great screenplay, so it has a pretty good shot. I personally loved Molly's Game. I thought Molly's Game was really good. I think it kind of sometimes it goes on and on with some of the talking, even from the very beginning. She just kind of talks, and then at the end of it, you're kind of like, all right, I don't know that we needed to go that long with that, but all right. I think it was really good, though. I loved Molly's Game. It's another one of my favorites of the year. I don't know anything about Mudbound, but I kind of feel like this one's probably going to go to Call Me By Your Name. There's a lot of love for Call Me By Your Name, and I think it's going to go ahead and take this one. I don't think it's going to get any other Oscars, which kind of increases the possibility of getting this one. But from what I hear, it's really good. A lot of people like it a lot. I think this is going to go ahead and be our Oscar for the adapted screenplay. For the original screenplay, this is another one that's full of really good ones. Haven't seen The Big Sick or Lady Bird yet. I feel really bad about not seeing The Big Sick because it's been out for plenty of time and it's free on one of the streaming services that I have. I have no excuse. I'm ashamed. I apologize. But I kind of feel like this could go either way, especially with The Shape of Water, Get Out, Three Billboards, Lady Bird. I haven't seen Lady Bird either, but I hear it's really good. I don't think Big Sick has much of a chance on this one. And The Shape of Water is nominated for more than anything else, so it's got a decent shot at this one, especially because it seems to have a good chance at Best Picture. But I kind of feel like this one's going to go to Get Out. Get Out is nominated for a couple, and I don't think it's going to win anything else. And there is a lot of love for this movie. I liked it a lot as well. I think it's going to go ahead and take the original screenplay. For animated feature, I have not seen any of these. I have wanted to see Coco. I've heard it's really good. There's a couple other ones like Loving Vincent. I heard were very, very interesting, very well made, very good movies. There's some controversy about why Boss Baby and Ferdinand are in there at all, and why something like Lego Batman isn't. I personally, on Lego Batman, thought the beginning was awesome, but after like the 30 minutes, it kind of is just good. But I think this one's going to go to Coco because, from what I hear, it's really, really good, and because Disney. All right, now we're getting into the ones that everybody's really excited about, starting with the acting Oscars. For actress in a supporting role, I have not seen very many of these. The only one I know of is Octavia Spencer in The Shape of Water, which she was pretty good, but I don't think she was quite to that level. Although she is very well liked by the Academy. She's won before, and it wouldn't surprise me too much if she took this one. She'd be kind of my dark horse pick. But I really think that this is going to go to Allison Janney for I, Tonya. I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but the best about Allison Janney in I, Tonya, and all the buzz and all of the things point to her winning, including the fact that she won the Screen Actors Award, and I believe she also won the Golden Globe. I'm pretty sure she's going to take this one as well. For Best Actor in a Supporting Role, there's a lot of talk about who could win this one. A lot of people are not really excited about Christopher Plummer being nominated. The general consensus is that he's fine. I thought he was fine. I thought he was really good, but not Oscar worthy. Seems to be more of a case of the fact that they didn't have Kevin Spacey in it, and less that he was great. There's also an interesting factoid that we have both Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell from the same movie. I kind of felt with Woody Harrelson that he was really good, but not that good. There had to have been someone else that could have been nominated for supporting actor on top of Christopher Plummer and Woody Harrelson. I hear a lot of things about Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe evidently is great in the Florida Project. I think this is the only thing it's nominated for. So that kind of gives him an extra chance to take this one, on top of the fact that I just hear he's fantastic in it. But all the signs seem to be pointing towards Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell won the Screen Actors Award. He won the Golden Globe. I believe he's taken a couple others in other places. So I think it's going to go to Sam Rockwell, but Willem Dafoe really could take this one out from under him. For Best Actress in a Leading Role, I have not seen 4 of the 5 movies that are nominated here. Meryl Streep, of course, is nominated for The Post. From what I hear, she is really good, but Meryl Streep is always nominated because she's Meryl Streep. A lot of people are really pushing for Saoirse Ronan. Evidently, she's very good. I haven't seen the movie, but I don't think she's going to take this one. Margot Robbie evidently is very good in I, Tonya. I really loved Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water, and I want to say she's got a chance to go ahead and take it, but everything is pointing towards Frances McDormand. She won the Screen Acting Award, she won the Golden Globe, and also she's just awesome. So why not Frances McDormand? The one thing that kind of goes against her is the fact that she already has won, and there's a chance that they could try to give it to someone else who hasn't won yet, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to go to Frances McDormand. For Best Actor in a Leading Role, there's a few good options here. Daniel Kaluuya, nominated for Get Out. I thought he was really, really good in Get Out, but I don't think he's really got much of a chance in this one. Daniel Day-Lewis is nominated as well. He's won several times. He is very, very well liked amongst the Academy, but it doesn't seem like he's going to take this one. There is a lot of love for Timothée Chalamet in this, with his role in Call Me by Your Name. I want to say he's got a good chance to take it, and it could be an upset, but there's a strange thing amongst the Academy. They rarely give it to somebody who's under the age of 40, and all signs are pointing towards Gary Oldman. There's a lot of people don't think he was that great in Darkest Hour. He was good, but not Best Actor worthy. But they really, like I've said before, they have a way of giving you kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award for your Oscar. Kind of saying, all right, you've done really well for a long time, and you haven't gotten an Oscar yet. We'll give it to you for this one because it's pretty good. Although I got a sneaking suspicion Denzel Washington actually has a bit more of a chance than a lot of us are giving him credit for. It really could be between any of the 3, Timothée Chalamet, Denzel Washington, but I think it's going to go to Gary Oldman. Best Director, this could go a few different ways. Christopher Nolan could win this for Dunkirk. Although most people don't think it was really the best. It was very good. A lot of people really liked it, although a lot of people were not quite into it. A lot of people really would like Greta Gerwig to win for Lady Bird. Again, I haven't seen it. She's the only female director nominated, but it doesn't really seem to be going her way. Jordan Peele also, with Get Out, a lot of people would like to see him win that, but I don't think he's going to. There is also this stigma with horror movies, and Get Out's technically still a horror movie, even though it's really good. it's probably not going to win. The last time a horror movie won was The Silence of the Lambs, which was, I believe, 1991. That's been a good while, and they just don't ever win. Um, Paul Thomas Anderson nominated for The Phantom Thread. From what I hear, it's good, but not that great. Very good, but not the best. And it's probably not going to go his way. I think all of the signs, again, are pointing towards The Shape of Water. I think Guillermo del Toro is going to win this. He won the Directing Guild Award. He won the Directing Award from the Golden Globes. There's a lot of love for Guillermo del Toro, even if he hasn't really had any movies in a while that have been super well loved. I think there's a lot of people that really would like to see him win it. A lot of people who are going to vote for him. I think he's going to take this one. Best Picture has the most nominees out of all of the categories. There are 9. They can go up to 10. This year they went with 9, and they're all really good movies. 3 Billboards, I believe, won the Golden Globe for Best Picture, which was great. But I think the one that's going to get the Oscar is The Shape of Water. I think everything's kind of pointing towards that other than the Golden Globes. The Producers Guild Award went there. And it's just been nominated for so many other things. The most out of any movie of the year at 13, if I remember correctly. I think it's going to get this one, if nothing else. I'm most confident about it winning Best Picture, although I wouldn't complain about several of the others winning. I believe that the crowd favorite would be Dunkirk. I think more people have seen Dunkirk than all the rest of the movies. Get Out would be another fan favorite, but I don't think they're quite going to make it up there, although they have a good shot. I think The Shape of Water's got this one in the bag. And those are all of my picks and predictions on the Oscars. There's several of them I had no clue on. I just had to pick something. There's several I just went with my own personal feelings because there's some I just have a good guess on. But I feel fairly confident about it. I should get the majority of them correct. And those are my thoughts and predictions on the Oscars. I have several categories I'm not too sure about, but I think I got the majority of them. And I'm looking forward to getting to see the Oscars and see what happens. And really, I wouldn't be disappointed if on the ones I get wrong. I think everything's good. I will be a little bit annoyed if The Boss Baby wins the Oscar for Best Animated Picture, but whatever. I'm excited for the Oscars. I hope you're excited, and I guess we will see how I did. What are your predictions? I'd like to know. Leave some comments down in the bottom if you have any differing viewpoints on anything that I have mentioned. If you have any more other suggestions for things to watch. Is there any other movies that I have not mentioned that I didn't see that you think is great and that I should see? Let me know. Go ahead and leave all your predictions down there. I'd like to see them, and we'll see how we all do on Sunday. And I may do another video discussing the picks and who won and the results of the Oscars. But that's going to be it for this one, and I hope to see you again soon talking movies. For Best Actress in a Supporting Role, I haven't seen most of these movies, but it sounds like Allison Janney is going to take it. I have not got a chance to see I, Tonya. Ooh, boy. That was a close one. Let's see if it can stay put.